The October 13th, 2016 meeting of the East Fishkill Town Board. Typically, these nights are reserved for workshop meetings. Workshop is where the town board gets together in public in public view to discuss matters of importance to the town of East Fishkill. But tonight we have a special matter before us. There's a grant deadline that's looming, and we were just recently notified that we needed to have a public hearing. So to that effect, we've scheduled a public hearing for this evening. It's been duly advertised. Unfortunately, I only have, I'll say this, fortunately, I have two town board members here. I'm glad that you gentlemen came at the appropriate time. 6:30 is the start of the public hearing. And the reason for the public hearing is for Julie's Jungle, a project which is our playground for children of all abilities. We opened it last year. Phase 1 was completed. We're going to apply for the Community Development Block Grant for Phase 2 funding. And because of the short deadline, we'll be holding a public hearing this evening. So with that, do I have a motion to open the special public hearing to consider authorization for a grant application for second phase construction of Julie's Jungle?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. The public hearing is now open. Oh, before I proceed, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll? I should have done that.
Councilperson Cassidy. Councilperson D'Alessandro.
Present.
Councilperson Franco. Councilperson Marinaro.
Present.
Supervisor Hickman.
Present. Thank you, Madam Clerk. That was the quietest I ever heard Councilman Cassidy in my 11 years in office here. So anyway, thank you for calling the roll. I will read the resolution, whereas the town is requesting authorization to apply for the Community Development Block Grant for the construction of the second phase of the town's playground for children of all abilities. And whereas this hearing held today, October 13th, 2016, is to receive comments about a grant application that could be made to the CDBG for the Community Development Block Grant funding from Dutchess County. Whereas it has been determined that the application to help construct the second phase of Julie's Jungle is appropriate. Now, therefore, be resolved, the town board does hereby authorize the submission of an application to the Community Development Block Grant Funding Program of Dutchess County for the second phase construction of the town's playground for children of all abilities at the Limekiln Recreation Center in the amount of $100,000. That is the resolution before us. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to speak for or against the support, or for or against this resolution on the funding of Julie's Jungle? There being none, is any of the town board members like to comment, or any questions or discussion on this application for the second phase of Julie's Jungle funding? No? Councilman D'Alessandro?
I'd just like to say that it's a wonderful, wonderful project. This will help us with Phase 2, I believe, right?
Yep.
And Phase 1 is such a huge success. Actually, last week, my kids were like, oh, we haven't seen it. My kids hadn't seen it, so we drove up there, and there was about 11 kids in there playing. It was really nice. It was, it's beautiful, and if you haven't seen it, please go up to the Limekiln Recreation Facility and check it out. It is really worth it, and it's something to see, and
Really
this
is.
will be tremendous.
And you know, to that note, you know, when we had the grand opening, it was during the summer. It was a very hot day in the summer, and there was quite a crowd there. And of course, everybody had to speak and everything. And there was a large group of people with children in wheelchairs, children who were handicapped, some disabilities, and they stood there and waited. Of course, we all have to give speeches, and that got a little lengthy. And I said to one gentleman behind me whose daughter's in a wheelchair, I said, are you here? Are you going to play when we open? He goes, we can't wait for it to be open. And when everybody got done speaking and they cut the ribbon, I can't tell you how moving it was to see these kids who had been in wheelchairs or were never really been able to participate in a playground. And it was just phenomenal. I mean, it really brought tears to your eyes. So obviously, a project we support, And I can't think of a better use of community development block grant funds. We've already, the town has put in $100,000 for this, and Julie's Jungle, a volunteer group, raised over $100,000, and the county's been very good to helping us out, so certainly a really worthwhile project. With that, if there are no other comments, do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. The public hearing is now closed. Do I have a motion to authorize the grant application for the second phase construction of Julie's Jungle?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? The resolution passes. Thank you very much. And just for the audience, we will be continuing our town board workshop. The workshop, it starts at 7 o'clock. So we'll take a short break and we'll reassemble for our workshop meeting. Thank you very much.